Hey guys, welcome to my Monday Night Live. So as you guys are jumping on, definitely say hello. If you're watching the replay, do hashtag replay. And thank you for joining. Looks like we have quite a few of you guys on already. So definitely thank you for joining me this evening. I know that we left off on Wednesday with a few projects. I headed up north and there were additional steps that I had to do beyond that. So I grabbed 3 more and we are just going to tackle those tonight. I'm feeling really springy and the items that I grabbed. So if you would have seen, I think I showcased it on a video. I recently thrifted this piece and it initially had somebody took and glued on just, it looked like it was from a magazine, just a picture of a cardinal. So this is what we're gonna work on, one of the items. Hey, Kim, my trip was great. Thank you, thank you. Hey, Deb, Anne, Susan, thank you all for joining. Penny, Nancy. Nancy says, watching in Little Shoot as usual. Thank you, thank you. But yes, so we'll definitely be working on this tonight. And I recently thrifted this, and it's like a tray. I saw it and I thought it was really cool. I'm not really sure what this meant. It might, I thought first like possibly a zip code, Siri W something 2. So I decided we are going to get rid of that. So we're going to work on that as well tonight, the tray. And then the third item that we're working on is this door. And the door, we're going to do something really fun with it. So I caught my eye. It was at the bins. And I thought, I am going to bring new life to this somehow. So that's the third item. We're going to be working with some decoupage paper tonight. And if you guys haven't tried Royce's decoupage paper yet, you're in for a treat when you do. So one of the papers that I brought out was Spring Bird. I love working with that one. Also, haven't worked with this. So the one that I worked with was called Vintage Wallpaper, which has got like a bigger pattern on it. And then this is Wallpaper, which has a much tinier pattern. So I thought we'd work with that. And then I grabbed some others. So I'm super excited. So let's see who's all on. Stephanie says she loves the door. Tina says my son and I say hello from Ohio. Hello, Tina. Thanks for joining. Hello, Donna. Kelly says, hey there. I'm here. Sorry you didn't have much snow when you came up north. It melted fast. Yes, it did. So yes, this past weekend, I didn't go live on Friday. I had planned on it, but we were heading up north at noon and we wanted to get on the road. So it'd be 10 to noon for the live. I just said, you know what? I have a bunch of stuff I have to get ready. So definitely decided to do that instead. Hello, Kimberlyn. Oh, so she used to go to Door County. Awesome. So Amanda asked me about these baskets behind me, you guys. So if you saw my Friday video, I went into my booth at the Ye Olde Goat and I flipped it. So I try not to take out a lot of items when I redo my booth. I try to keep as much in there as possible, or if I'm taking something out, I make sure it goes to another booth. I've had these baskets for a bit, and my initial thought on those baskets, I should have removed the liners because I felt it dates them. So what I'm going to do, I think on possibly like a upcoming thrift to treasure or thrift flip video, I'm going to do something different. I think I'm going to take out the liners and possibly just try to update them a little bit. But they're super cool and I cannot believe they haven't sold. So I'm like, I think it's time. And the red just didn't go with it. So, all right. Let's see here. So Susan says, very springy paper. Love the choices. Perfect. Well, I'm glad you guys do. I miss you all. I also want to, and I'm going to start off. Well, first of all, let's get started. And as I'm painting, I'm going to chat a bit. So what I am going to do is I like to start with a white base underneath all my decoupage paper. So I am going to use White Swan from DIY. It's kind of like my go-to for underneath the decoupage paper. So that's what I'm going to start with. That lid that says Series W makes me say they forgot the S at the end of series. Oh, maybe. But all right, so let's get going because it always takes a little bit. I like to put on 2 coats of the White Swan underneath the paper. And really what that does is it just really pops the paper. So let's start with that. And then we'll chat. So, all right. So I actually, from Wednesday's video, or Wednesday's live, I should say, I was pretty tired from being at that concert on Tuesday. So I know that I did a little bit more chatting than crafting on Wednesday. And there were some comments about that. So that I should do less chatting and more crafting. So I understand. I cannot make everybody happy. You know, I try, guys. I do. But I think a live, my intentions for the lives are to do both, to chat and to craft. And they all, several people also said too, they didn't like the 2-hour lives because they couldn't attend the entire time. And there is, I mean, if you can't attend the whole live, that's okay. I don't expect you to, but I have been getting a ton done on the 2-hour lives as well. So, but there were a couple comments that were not very nice. And I think that there's always a time and a place, or there's a kind way to say something. So if you don't like the way somebody is doing something, you can say it kindly versus not. But so yes, a lot of people are loving the papers, so I like it. I like it. Yeah. But yeah, so I just had to get a straight line there, you guys. But I wanted to also show you guys, you didn't see a close-up of this. Is this not the coolest thing? I'm not really sure what it's from, but the minute I saw it, I had to have it. So, yeah, Ruth, I know. Hey, Kathy, thanks for joining. But yeah, so what I am doing, like I said, is I'm applying just a nice even coat of White Swan. And do this. They must have drilled some holes in here. I just saw that. So prior to going live, I prepped everything. I washed everything, and then I took the bird off. And at first I was like, oh, I'll take it off. It should just peel right off. Kind of like that other paper, you guys, on that other piece. I had to leave it soak in the sink, and then it finally peeled off. So is it a tray or a picture frame? I don't really know. I feel like it's from something. Like it's from like a old house or something. I don't know. It's got the most unique corners. And you guys, the edges here are a little bit pointy. They could, they could definitely injure me. So I'm going to have to, that's one thing I plan on doing is sanding it down a bit so that it doesn't injure anybody, because I actually got poked and injured a bit. So I am still having some internet issues, but guess what, guys? January 31st, I'm having my new internet installed. I just keep telling myself that I am going to have very soon will I have that all under control. I just hope and pray that it is going to be fixed. So we will see. All right. So my video, with needless to say, my Monday video is in the process of being uploaded. It's been uploading for hours. So that will be hopefully available soon. All right, so we got the center all painted. I'm going to set this one aside, and then I'm just going to keep on working so that, and this is the tray. I really like the base of it. It's very cool. And like I said, I don't know what that actually meant, but yes, now that Stephanie said that, it's like they forgot the S. Kind of bizarre. Kind of bizarre. Hello, Susan. Marilyn says, I was so busy, Lisa. I am ready for spring. All right. Let me. Okay. So again, I'm putting just a nice even coat. Want to cover some of this up. And cover. And then my go-to, which I'm sure you guys already all know, my go-to decoupage medium is liquid patina. I actually, since I started offering Fusion too, they actually have a decoupage gel and medium. So I thought, well, I'm been using liquid patina for so long, I probably should try that too. So maybe I will try it tonight. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Oh gosh, that's so funny. Ruth says, you keep being you and your sonnets blooms. Remember when your brother named your fans that? Yeah, he named you guys the bloomers. And yeah. So I have to tell you guys, so here in Wisconsin, we do this thing called, well, not all of us. My family takes part in it. It's a tradition that's been going on forever and ever. It's like sturgeon fishing, and the ice is not going to be good enough, I don't think, guys. I just don't think it's going to be. And I should also ask you guys too, any of you that are on YouTube, if you could also stream it on Facebook, I would really appreciate it. It would definitely help me out. And if you guys are loving what you're seeing, definitely let others know about that. There's a little button that says SHARE. So definitely. Okay, so Stephanie says Ellen Jane Goods used Fusion Decoupage and said it was more gel-like, thicker. Okay. I probably should do it off camera. All right. Okay, so we got this ready. Okay, I do have to show you guys all something, because from Wednesday, if you remembered, we painted the scissors black, and then we put the mold on the scissors as well. And then I used the Sweet Pickins Crackle. So I used that. So I actually showed that being put on here. And the instructions say leave it sit for 2 hours, and then after 2 hours, then apply your next coat. So what I did is I had painted the piece coal black from Fusion. I let it dry. Then I went in and I applied the crackle, let that dry for 2 hours. And then I applied Fusion's French eggshell. And I have a video of it and I plan on posting it tomorrow. You guys, it is so cool to watch. So the ticket is, if you want bigger cracks on your piece, you put that gel on there, the crackle medium, you make it a little bit thicker. And then the areas that if you want it a little bit thinner, then you just, you want like very thin lines, then you put thinner lines. And after I did it, I was like, maybe I should have had like areas where I didn't put the crackle finish. So I hope you guys can see it, but I did that. And then at the very end, I just lightly brushed over the mold and I think it looks awesome. Hey, Lori, thanks for joining. So yeah, so I wanted to show you guys that because you guys were all with me when I did that. All right, so now I'm going to just do the center, the white, because that's, oh Lord. Amanda says she loves the crackle. Thank you. Yes, I actually really love how it turns out, or turned out, I should say. I have been collecting for my door that you guys are all going to help me do once I get enough picture frames. I found some more really cool picture frames. So I was like, oh, I should do some crackle on the picture frames or something like that to tie some of it together, or maybe even on the door a bit. Well, I don't know. I'm trying to decide what color to paint the door. All right. So this is working out pretty good because by the time I get done with this, the other piece is going to almost be dry. You probably didn't see my comment. Was the tray next to you already done already? Which tray? That tray right there? No, none of them. I thrifted all of them. So they're all from my recent thrifting expedition. So yes, they all of these are from my recent last week's thrifting. And you guys, I had so much fun. Found so much good stuff. Oh, I have to tell you guys a funny story too. I don't know if I told you guys this or not. No, because I went thrifting on Thursday, and then Friday is when I was supposed to go live. So there are a bunch of young guys that go there all the time, and they like to thrift for clothes or vintage clothing. And one of them, I'm like, God, that looks like my friend's brother. So I went up to him and I asked, I'm like, are you so-and-so's brother? And he's like, yeah. Oh, and then, well, he actually, I know this guy through my brother, and he's like, oh, you're Brandon's sister. I'm like, yeah. And so we were chatting and everything. And then another one of these young guys comes over, and then he's like, are you Sonnet? I just about died laughing. And I'm like, yeah. He's like, okay, so I was at my friend's house and his mom found out that I go to the Goodwill bins. And she said, oh my gosh, do you know Sonnet? And he's like, actually, no, I don't know her. And then she must have told him all about me, because then he said that he went out and he looked for me and then he found out who I was. And then he's like, yeah, I thought it was you. So I thought it was funny. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so funny. Oh, hey, Pam. Thanks for joining. You are just seeing the paper peeking through. Oh, okay. Yep. This is, I'll show you. So this is the top of the tray, or the top. This is the actual tray itself. It's just a metal base. It's really cool. And then I do have a bunch of the papers that we're going to be working with tonight. And then that is the base. So that kind of fits in. So that's what we're working on tonight. Oh, Donna, celebrity, right? I was like dying laughing. Oh my gosh, you guys. Lori wants to know if we paint the hinges, if we're painting things with doors. I typically do not. The only time I paint hinges and hardware and stuff is there was one time that everything, like the hardware itself, like the handles, you could not get off. I do not know how. Why? I have no idea why. You just could not get it off. So then that was the like one and only time that I painted over that stuff. And I do know that a lot of people do paint over all of the hinges and all that stuff. But oh my, I'm going to have to put it in here to keep it not from drying out. I remove hinges and don't paint them. Yep, I remove the hinges too. All right, let's dry this up and then we're going to keep on. I want to get the second coat on this and then get painting or get decoupaging it. So and then so I was thinking the birds I'm going to put on the door. I think that will look really good. Oh gosh, Jackie, that's right. She says you painted over the suitcase. I did. I did paint over the suitcase. Good memory, Jackie. All right. I'm worried that that's going to get too hot. You know, metal. I'm going to zap these, and then we're going to do the second coat, and then we're going to start decoupaging. Oh man, it's always amazing that she can't hear the heat gun at all. I know, you guys. When I first started doing my lives, I have to tell you that I was using a hair dryer, and I was like, oh my gosh, it was bad. And then somebody on one of my lives said, get the heat gun. You're not going to hear it, and you don't. Okay. I just wanted to zap that a little bit. Well, hold down. All right, on to the second coat. Okay. So, oh shoot. Well, that's okay. I don't know what it is, actually. It scratched the paint off, but that's okay. Set it in there. I was going to say what paper I was thinking about doing on here. Let's see. I just have to be really careful. I don't want to go too crazy. I'm thinking with the paper, I'm going to use the okay, so the spring bird. Oh, you guys, it's so pretty. If you haven't seen it, it just is so good. There's another bird paper too. It's called ephemeral bird, I think is what it's called. And I sold out of that. I have to go get more. So I have to place some orders this week. But that seemed like that's been really popular, and so is the bird paper. I'm sure with spring, the spring blocks too that's been. Oh, I didn't even think about grabbing that. That would have been fun on the door even, or even on here. Okay. All right, perfect. Let's see here. Amanda said, that is such a neat piece of metal. Thank you. I know. I love it. The minute I saw it in the bins, I'm like, I have to have it. And on one of the videos, I do show it, and it actually had, I think I showed it on the video with my daughter. It just had it, like I said, like a picture from a magazine on it. Okay. So like I said, I think I'm going to do this in the door. I think that will be really great. I was thinking for the black tray, I was actually thinking of the wallpaper. So like I said, there's vintage wallpaper and then there's wallpaper. And I am just trying to add just pops of spring in my booth. And I think this is very springy. And then for this, that's where I was kind of undecided. I was thinking, do I go like the route of, I thought maybe the black and white might be a little harsh, but I also was thinking this one too would be, I'm trying to use my leftover stuff up. This is cherry blossom. So I was thinking that would be kind of fun as well. So what I'm thinking is possibly using the cherry blossom and then coming back and applying some of the bees on the blossom. So when we get to that part, let me know what you think. Yes, Roycycled. These are all Roycycled decoupage papers, and you can find everything on my website. So yes, that's who makes the papers. Oh my gosh. Nancy says Sonnet, or so now Sonnet. I know how you feel with the people opening your paint in your booth. I bought a jar of paint on Saturday that someone had opened and it's stuck and my husband can't get it opened either. Oh no. Oh, I probably should dry this a hair. That's not good. What's the difference in wallpaper and vintage wallpaper? I will show you. So it's the actual pattern. They're very similar in color, so they really complement each other. But the wallpaper, or this is the vintage wallpaper, I apologize. So you can see like the pattern is somewhat spread apart. Bigger flowers. I've used that pattern or the vintage wallpaper a lot when I first started offering Royce's paper. And then let's see here. Hey, Beth. She says, check it in after going into Facebook. All right. And then this is just this, it's called wallpaper. So you're going to see that it's much. I'm going to just hold it up. The pattern is much smaller. Okay, so you guys like the bigger flowers. I thought the little flowers would be better because you'd see more of them, but plenty of time to decide. Plenty of time to decide. So let me just dry this really quick, and then we'll put the second coat on. Not getting a lot of bleed through, which I really like. I was really kind of worried for a minute. I was thinking, oh, you're going to see that black lettering, but you don't. So let's get the second coat on this. And then we're going to do the second on the other. I know this is the longest part. But I know. And then the other paper too, the cherry blossom, I really like that because if you actually look at the cherry blossom paper and then the sepia blossom, they're virtually identical with the actual image, but they look different because one is all, you know, vibrant and the other one has that more sepia blossom look to it. All right, let's see. Oh, Amanda says they are both very French country. Yes, they are. I like it. I agree. So I did a video a while ago on YouTube where I took, I think it was like 5 different projects, and I used the one piece of decoupage paper on 5 different projects, and it created the cutest little vignette in my booth. I loved it. And I have to announce, Royce announced that she is retiring some of the papers. So I'm going to have to really make sure that I have a good count because I don't want to oversell any of those papers that are being retired. So there's like, oh, you guys, what in the world am I doing tonight? There's actually quite a few. So I will definitely get that list out. Yep, I'm putting on White Swan, which is the base. And it really anytime you start with a white base, it just really makes your decoupage papers pop. All right, those we'll do the last thing, and then we're going to be ready to decoupage. And I also want to paint the frame of this. I'm not going to paint, I like the black of this, and I love the rusty crusty of this. But once we get those done, then we're going to also paint the frame of this. So I was kind of playing around with colors and was kind of leaning, I don't know why. For this spring too, I've been really there's been a couple colors that I've really, really liked. I'm going to just show you guys one of my thrift finds. And you're going to see it before I even show it's in my video tonight. But I found this whole thing of fabric, you guys. Look at this. And it's just so beautiful. And I'm like really into these like pinky, I don't know, just so pretty. So I had to show you that. All right. Let's see here. So that was like one of I had a couple favorite finds. I just couldn't believe when I saw that whole thing. There's 20 yards of fabric on there. To me, that's just crazy. All right. Yeah, it's got like I think I just saw somebody say that it has a cottagey chic look to it, like a shabby chic. So what I think I'm going to do is that has inspired me to do an entire video, like take like a whole bunch of thrifted items and kind of flip them and use that in one, probably make some pillows. But that is going to inspire the whole video because I think it's so beautiful. What are you going to do? Sell it or make things? I'm going to make a bunch of stuff. Sonnet, on your Monday Night Live, you should see if your daughter would like to be the camera person and read the comments like Royce and David do. I should. She's working tonight. And my husband's not home because I thought that too. I was trying to think of somebody that I could have read the comments so that, yeah, Tina, I know, that's what I thought too. So what I'm trying to do is accommodate everybody. So I will be reading some, like some comments, but yes, I am going to see about that. The other thought is I thought, we talked about my mom coming over and joining my lives. And so I thought too, it would be kind of nice if we tag teamed and did projects together. So that was another thought, but all right. Perfect. Okay. Good golly. So I'm just going to zap all three. And then when we start doing that one, love your art self asked, how is your mic not picking up the sound of your heat gun? I don't know. It's a miracle. I don't know. And that's a great idea. She said it would make very cute aprons. I would have to agree. It would definitely make cute aprons. Oh, basket liners. Yes, that would make very cute basket liners. Maybe I could reline these baskets. I don't know. I mean, I'm an okay sewer, you guys, but I don't know if I'm that good. Oh, that's a good idea too. Jackie says you could cut some pieces of fabric and roll it up, tie it with jute and price it. People would buy it from your booth for quilting. That is a really good idea. Because there was so much. I'm like, there is no way I'm ever going to use all of that fabric. Never. So Ruth says pillows galore. You get a pillow and you get a pillow and you get a pillow. I know. Susan says she likes the idea of my mom joining. Yeah, I do too. I'm going to have to see about that. Okay, so I am going to set this back up here. But if my daughter is home on Monday nights, I would love it if she would join me. You guys, I got her to go work out with me. So every morning we work out together. There are still some days though she doesn't like me. So I don't know. Is the neutral Christmas masterboard discontinued? Please say no. I might cry if I can't get more of that one. Okay, so we cannot order anymore. And so at this point, it is considered possibly discontinued until next year. And then she'll determine what papers that she might bring back. Like the Christmas masterboard, she brought back a second year. Yeah, table runners and placemats always sell. Yes, I think that if I could do a whole thing like with I think I'm going to create like a whole like vignette with it. So you need to find one of those old makeup cabinets and use the material as the skirt. Oh my gosh, I do have to tell you, I have to let my dog out here. Hold on, guys, I'm sorry. Go. She probably needed some water. She loves hanging out with me, but that is a really great idea, Anne, because I have this really cool cabinet in one over at the Yield Goat. And buffalo check had been so in for so long. And I created this beautiful buffalo check, it's like a kind of like a little drapery, kind of like that. Long story short, I just feel like it dates the piece now because I feel like, yes, it is in a little bit, but I don't think it is as in as it was. And there used to be a page called like the Buffalo Chuck page. So, but that would be so pretty on there. I'll check around before the prices on it skyrocket. Yeah, I would definitely do that. Okay, got it. So the first piece is dry. And my vision here is just to make something like springy or summery. So I was thinking, all right. Okay, hold on. I just want to cut as little as possible. I want to cut as little as possible, guys. Okay, so we got that in. That looks good. All right. And I'm just taking my finger and I am just kind of scoring where I want to cut it. And normally, like you would, on another type of piece, you would take a sandpaper and in downward motion, you would get rid of the excess. But like on this piece, it would be, virtually impossible to do that. And okay, I was like, oh my gosh, is something wet? Okay, so now I'm just taking my scissors and I'm going to just try to cut as straight as possible. Oh my God, Jackie. I think Buffalo Check is in for, I still think it is in for, but just not as in as it was. I mean, like, I think so many people were just buying everything Buffalo Check is kind of what I was saying. So don't think you can't have it. All right. I'll put this up here. And I'm just going to kind of round the corners a little bit. I'm going to just look at that. That's looking really good. Let me grab this. Oh, I think this looks so good with the rust. I'm so glad I chose this paper. Uh-oh. Okay, let's lay it down, make sure it fits good. That looks good, good, good. Okay. All right. Oh, now it's kind of stuck. Ay, ay, ay. All right. And then I'm going to show you what it looks like before I start decoupaging it down. It looks so good, you guys. All right. Okay. So doesn't that look really pretty with the rust? I love it. I think it looks really good. Hey, Laura, thanks for joining. Okay, so now I'm going to grab my liquid patina and we're going to use that to apply it. Okay, everybody's loving it. Yeah, Jackie, I like Buffalo Check too at Christmas. I think that's a great time to use it. Okay, so what we did is I removed the old paper that was on here. We started with a white base and now we cut out, it's called Cherry Blossom from Roycycled Decoupage paper. And if you haven't seen, well, I used a big chunk of it, but the paper comes with these. It's beautiful and like all different cherry blossoms. So it's awesome. It's like one of my favorites. And then if you want something a little bit more neutral, the same pattern is with the sepia blossom. Okay, so the key here to applying your decoupage paper is you want to lay it down so that it gets put in place. I always tip it back, just the top. Laura says she loves that paper. Yes, I do too. All right. And then I always use what's called a starter strip. So if you guys have been following me for a while, you'll know that I do this. I like to add just a starter strip. And the last couple times when, so Royce has been misting her paper. And I have had luck. And then there's a couple times where I felt like it wrinkled a little bit. So I am just going to stick to what I've been doing. I lay it down and then I just smooth out the wrinkles. And I'll just show you. Okay, so there's this, how it starts up there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take there. I'm going to pull it back like so. And then we're just going to keep working our way down. And it just gives you far better control over your paper. And it helps you eliminate a lot of those wrinkles, you guys. Sonnet, to stamp on fabric, do I have to heat set it or paint or seal over it? If you're using the IOD ink, you would need to heat set it. Okay, so now I'm just going to take it and then I am going to continue to work my way down. Okay. And then just smooth out any of the wrinkles as you go down. I am really loving this. So then I think what I'm going to do, as this is drying, I think I am going to add a couple, maybe bees to this. So you can actually layer your decoupage paper. So I think that that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to show you how easy it is. All right. Oh, thank you, Kelly. She says it's absolutely beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. All right. So this is how far I got. So the first portion of it is down. And what I'm thinking about doing is adding some of the bees. So let's see here. Let me grab that paper. So here, a little bristle. All right. I was thinking of possibly like adding one up on top a little bit. Possibly. Let me look at what bees we have going on here. Now, I think that bee is far too big. This is a pretty decent bee. But I like this one, I think. It's just going to be the perfect little bee. And I think I'm going to put him right here in that corner. So a real easy way to do this, you guys, is you flip your paper over and you're going to take your white swan, because you always want to start with the white background, because if I would apply it directly on, he is going to blend. And if you want that, you can. Otherwise, too, where I want to place him, there's some writing, and I want him to be over the writing. I don't want the writing to like, I don't want you to be able to see the writing through it. Let's see here. Hashtag replay. Your lives are the best. Don't sweat it. I love the length of time. You are such a kind person, empathetic, talented, and fun to watch. Keep doing your thing. Thank you. All right, so we're going to use that bee. So what I recommend you do is just take, hold it like so, and then paint the back. Okay, it's as simple as that. And then we're going to let that, we're going to dry it. And then I'm going to cut it out and we're going to apply it. It's so easy. All right. So Free Spirit says, it looks like high-end decor. I know, it looks so good, you guys. I am loving it. I love it a lot. Oh, whenever this happens, I always have like a hard time getting rid of it. When I really start liking something. Let me see here. I just want to see if I... Okay. So you can kind of see where I have it right here. You can see the white behind it. So that is really good. So let me just finish drying it. And then another way to, if you have any wrinkles in your paper, another way to get rid of them is you can lightly put the heat gun over it, and as it dries, it like contracts the paper and it gets rid of any wrinkles if there are any. So keep that in mind too. A little damp yet. Just a little. All right. So I still have all this other paper I can still use, so I'm just going to cut out where the bee is. I used, I think this paper I used on that window. I created a really cool, I think it was 9 or 12 pane window. I used that paper and it looked so very cool. All right. So what I am going to do then now is I'm just taking, let's see here. I just want to see, I saw something about paper. Can you iron over it with parchment paper to after it dries? I haven't. I think that once it dries, it like the paper gets really stiff. Can you mist the painted paper? I would not, I mean, because it's the, because I am using DIY paint, I think if I would mist it, it would reactivate So at this point, I would probably say I wouldn't want to do that. So I'm just going ahead and I'm just going to cut out as much of my bee as I possibly can. These are so sweet. Even though I'm definitely allergic, I still love them. I actually would love to have beehives in my backyard. I think my husband would absolutely say no because I am allergic. but I'm allergic to more of the bad bees. All right, let me just finish this up. Okay, and this takes a little bit longer, but it's okay. It's gonna look super cute, I think. Or I think so anyway. I love layering and doing things like that with the paper. I think it's so cool. Okay. So I got my bee cut out, and then all we're going to do, I am going to go back with the liquid patina, and okay, so I have to make sure I have it the right way. And then I wanted him to fly down. So I'm just going to add a little bit more of the liquid patina where I want him. I am going to place him and then put more liquid patina over the top of him. I think he looks really sweet. So we just added the little bee to that as well. So what do you guys think? I love him. I think he looks so cute. All right. Amanda said, I had looked into having bees, but my house is probably too close to the neighbors, and I suspect they will be less than thrilled. I'm sure my neighbors might not like it either, but oh well. All right, Kelly says, so stinking cute. Thank you. I love it. I think it turned out so awesome. So I'm definitely going to get this in my booth then right away for spring. So you guys saw that I did my booth flip over at the Yield Goat. My next booth flip is going to be at Water Street Vintage. And then my third one will be over at Antica. So this is all set. Let's go ahead now and do this. So we had mixed reviews, you guys. Some of you wanted to do, some of you liked. Oh, shoot. Hold on. All right. Okay, I just have to show you one more paper that I really love for spring. It's called Baby Animals, and I was thinking about doing something with this tonight, but I used some of the baby animals already out of here. But you guys, look at how cute this is with all the baby animals. So, yeah. Well, maybe if we have time, we can play around with that. But, all right, let me finish drying this. This is almost dry. Andrea said, that's my favorite. Oh, yeah, I love it too. Kelly says, I love the baby animals paper. I don't know if it's right for this project. Probably not, but I grabbed a whole bunch of different papers, though, that I had cut up and used before. So I thought, oh, I'm going to grab it just in case. I can fit it in somewhere. Okay, Donna says she has the baby animals. Amanda says, I need a support person to follow me around and slap me every time I want to buy more papers. Okay. That's funny. All right, guys. Let's talk about which one. So I had used this on another project, and so a big chunk of paper is out, but we could definitely put this on. It could be like this, or yeah. So both of these patterns, I think that would be really pretty too. Actually, now that you guys said that, I'm almost leaning towards this paper. All right. Let's do it. I like it. Yay to booth flips. Please show them all. Yes, I will definitely be showing my booth flips, you guys. So Friday's video was the yield goat one. And then whenever I finish the Water Street vintage booth flip, that will be my next booth flip that I'll probably showcase on one of the videos. And I have a ton of thrift, like I like to call them thrifted treasures, but thrift flips, you guys. All right, perfect. I'll save that just in case. Okay. I like how it has a bit of the bigger floral on here and then some of that lighter floral down here. So we're going to do just looking. Yeah. Perfect. I like it. Just like that. Okay. Now let me see. Okay, guys. Oh, right here. I'm like, where did I put my liquid patina? Oh, all right. All right. Oh, now I moved it. See, I moved it. Had it just perfect. All right. There. Okay. So I'm going to do the exact same thing. I have it in place. I'm going to flip my paper back and we are going to start. Oh, Christy says, ordering more papers as I watch. Love the ones I just got from you in the mail on Monday. Oh, yay. I know. They are such a good bang for your buck. I mean, you can do so many projects with these, you guys. And it really does just totally transform the look of, and feel of your item. All right. Okay, so I'm going to turn it so you guys can see. So what we're going to do after, we're going to set this one aside then, and then we're going to come back to it after we get this all glued down or decoupage down. And then we're going to take sandpaper and we're going to rough sand or sand the edges to get rid of all the excess. So let's just keep working. Hey, Pat, that's okay that you're late. All right. Okay. Oh, I think Kelly says, I wanted to place a big order of papers and transfers, just didn't know if I was feeling up to doing these projects. So I figured I'd wait to make sure I'm well enough to use them. Oh, yes, definitely gets better. All right. Let's see here. So, and the key is just to have a really nice, even layer of the decoupage. Uh-oh, okay. And then I just start and I just take my, I always just like to have a little bit of decoupage right on top too. And then I just smooth it out. And I just work my way. Okay. All right, so there it is. Let me just, what I like to do too is right around the edges. I just like to make sure like right here, it needs a little bit more decoupage. So just add a little bit more there. Oh, I want to do the same exact thing right over here too. Okay. I'm so glad that we decided. I'm so glad that we decided to do this. I'm glad that you guys. I was kind of torn because I wanted to use the other, just the wallpaper, but I love them both. Okay. I think this is going to look really good. So I'm going to hold it up so you can see. And now we're just going to set this down and we're going to let this dry. And then we're going to come back and we are going to finish this off. So I'm just going to let that dry and I'm going to move this up here. All right. So if you guys are just jumping on, we finished up this project so far. This was just like a metal, really cool ornate metal piece, and we just decoupaged that with cherry blossom, and we added a secondary bee. So layered that up. Okay, I'm gonna put this back here, and Lisa says they are beautiful. Thank you. All right, I'm going to grab. So this is what I always like to use a sanding block when I sand it. Okay. Let's go ahead and I just want to finish drying this up. All right. So on this one, like I said, I wanted to do that bird. So I'm going to show you. It is called Spring Bird. And Nancy says the vintage floral wallpaper is gorgeous. I love it. I love it, love it. I think it looks so good. Okay. So when you get Spring Bird, you get it. It looks like this. So I love the florals up here and then down here too. And then I love these birds. So for what I want to do on here is what I'm thinking is having these birds in there. So I'm going to just see. And just like I did with the other one where I used my finger, that's exactly what I plan on doing here as well. Okay, I would. Oh, don't want to cut his head off. Don't want to cut off the little guy's head. No, no, no. All right, I just want to keep making sure. And I want to get as much of his tail in as possible over here, I think. Now, do I? No. Okay. I'm going to do it different. So the neat thing about the papers too is you can position them and place them however you want. And first I wanted to get as much of his tail in, but I also like a lot of this. And I felt like over here, it would have been very barren. So I'm going to just kind of rearrange things a little bit. And then I'm going to pull it up a tad. Okay. I'm thinking this is how I want it. So now I'm just going to take my finger and I'm going to score just like I had with the other one as well. Okay, scored the top. And just have to score this edge. Okay, kind of. I didn't even think I have that sharp of nails. I scored it a little bit too much there, but that's okay. All right. So then from here, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut, and then I'll have all this other paper to work with different projects. And I think, like, even if you look at, like, look at how beautiful this is. Like, all that beautiful, like, detail in the background, the font, you can use it just like we use Kindest Regards. You can definitely use like that as a background too. So keep that in mind. Oh, you just got the dress form from Roy Cycle. That's awesome. All right. Let me. Okay. So the nice thing is you can just fold it right back up, and you can put it right back in your plastic that I have it in. Okay. Did I miss something? Because Amanda said, yes, Spring Bird. Awesome. Yes, this is Spring Bird. Okay, and then like I said, I am just cutting it as close as possible, like to how I had it. I'm just gonna try to move it down here, there. Okay, so this is what it's going to look like in the frame. It's like framed, kind of. We're gonna decoupage that down. And so now this is where, like I was saying, like I'm really been into like the pinks. You see like the belly has like just subtle pinks in there. And I am trying to decide what color I want to paint the frame. So a couple thoughts. I was like, should I do something pink or should I do something blue? And then I was thinking that maybe I should do like a darker color. The reason I thought that too was because I don't know what really happened or transpired on the frame here. And I thought cast iron from Fusion, it's just Fusion is a one step. So I just thought then it's, paint it, it's done. And so what do you guys think about that? Yes, Bird Ephemera. That's the other one that I really, really like. Right now I am sold out of that one. The birds have been so popular, like Spring Bird, Summer Bird, Bird Ephemera. The spring and then spring blocks have been very popular too. So yes. And I had placed, thank goodness, like a really big order for all of that. So I have a really good supply. But like I said, the Bird Ephemera like went crazy. Let's see here. Hey, Danger, thanks for joining. Oh, I'm late. Was doing hair. I was wondering if the paper you're using is in a pack. Love the birds. It is not in a pack. It's individual, and it's all available on my website. I'm going to take a drink of water. All of a sudden, I know Fusion does have a pink, and I love it. I was trying to, I haven't done it yet. I was wondering if I would get like bleed through though because of all this darkness. So let's see here. I'm back to my brush and spilled a little bit there. Okay. So I'm doing the same thing, you guys. And I lined it all up really good. Let me just... Uh-oh. Kind of wrinkled a little bit. Okay, there. There was one wrinkle in there that I didn't like. I'm sure it would have been fine. Okay, so we're going to do the exact same thing. But you guys, it just completely transforms the look of your items with just a little bit of paper and paint. All right. And I'm going to have to really start flipping a lot of items because I've got some really good stuff at the store. Oh. Yeah, some people said that when I showed my cart, they said, oh, you got a bunch of junk. And I'm like, you guys keep thinking that because let me tell you, I love people that think that it's all junk because those are the people that keep donating all that good stuff that we find. Okay. Let me... Oh, for a minute I thought my paper tore. I'm like, oh my gosh, but it's the leaf. That's really funny. I was like, I wasn't even being that rough with it. Okay, guys. Here, let me just tuck that under there so it doesn't dry out. Here is what this looks like so far. All right, let's look at comments really quick. All right. Let's see here. I haven't made it to your decoupage paper yet. Still on stamp pages. Okay. Is there a spring botanical like the fall botanical? No, there's not, but what a great idea. The cast iron would make the birds pop. I would have to agree. So I'm thinking I am going to do cast iron on here, you guys, just because I really think, I really was leaning towards like a pink. And then, two things, like I just like the whole bleed through thing got me and it didn't look like junk to me. I want a full video to see it all. The video will be out as soon as I can get it uploaded. It's been uploading for hours. And so you guys, what I did is I have my video coming out tonight. And it's everything I got at the bins. And then the rest of the week, because I got so much good stuff, I am breaking it into 4 other little mini videos. And then I'm going to post that on Facebook. So I think it'll be fun. Is it blue in those birds? And is that green? It will look, and let's see, in those birds, if so, that or green would look great around the frame. I thought that about that too. Hey, Beverly, thanks for joining. Let's see here. I think though, I would agree because I was leaning, I'm like, maybe I should do green, maybe I should do blue. But I really think the cast iron is going to look the best. So I think we're going to let this sit for a minute. We're going to let it dry a bit. And then we're going to come over here to this one. And I'm going to just dry. So to speed up the process, you can dry it with your heat gun. You just don't want it to be, you want to keep rotating it and moving it around. So it's taking away some of the wrinkles already, I see. I don't even know if they're really wrinkles. It's more like air bubbles. The other thing, you guys, you really want it almost all the way dry before you use the sandpaper, because learn from my mistakes. It will tear your paper. If the edges are not dry, it will definitely tear the paper. I just want you to know. So okay, let's see. I saw Susan wrote, how about cast iron then crackle pink color? Ooh, that might be good too. I get to think about it a little bit because I'm working on this. So, oh, hey Maureen, she says she's from North Carolina. She's been binge watching my lives and thrifts all day. Oh, thank you. All right. Let me feel this. I'm going to zap it one more time. I get really nervous. I've had some really bad luck, you guys. I always want to do it quicker, faster, sooner. And like I said, learn from my mistakes. Make sure it's dry. That looks good. Okay, I think it feels pretty good. Hey, Shelly. She says, sorry she's late. That's okay. So, I almost burned myself. So then in that downward motion, what I always do is I start on one side. In a downward motion, I get rid of the excess and then just work my way around. Okay. So can you hear the sandpaper? I should ask you guys that because you couldn't hear the heat gun. All right, I'm gonna just chop off a little bit of this, get rid of it. So this is what it's looking like so far. The edge. All right. Let's see here. Heat. All right. I must have missed something, but that's okay. Okay, so I'm going around. I'm just gonna finish this up. Just a little wet there. I'm going to grab just one other piece. I like using my sanding box, but that has a lot of, that actually had some paint on it. So I was getting all full of paint. So this is for my sander, and when I'm done using it with my sander, it still has good grit on it. It just sometimes I feel like I need a new piece. I always take the extras and I bring them in here to do like this type of job. Okay. I don't think there's really enough, but I thought I would give it a try. Give it a whirl to kind of keep some of it. Okay. Oh, yes, I can hear the sandpaper. I know. It's funny how that microphone picks up certain things and doesn't pick up others. So, liquid patina for DIY. Yes. I want to know if you can use Fusion Paint to paint a wall in the house. From what I understand, yes, you can. You can actually use their milk paint and their paint. And you can paint like your front door with it. You can do like, because it has that built-in sealer, you can do almost everything with it. Built-in sealer. I'm like, okay, guys, what do you? Oh my gosh, the bottom. I'm gonna just try to wipe some of this off. I must have set it in something. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to paint it. Best thing about DIY paint. And get reactivated with water. I must have had a wet spot. Okay. So I'm going to show you guys. Oh, wrong way. All right, there you go. What do you think? I love it. Now let's grab the... Okay, I really think it looks awesome. Great job. I love it. I love it. I'll say great job to you guys. Let's see. I just need to grab my little screwdriver. Where did I put that? My husband had to borrow he borrowed my drill again, guys. Okay. All right, let's start by reattaching this. And then this will be complete. So excited. We have 2 of these like done. Okay. Oh, did I? How is that? I realigned up the holes. Okay, I think I have it on backwards. There. That's better. I'm like, why does one fit and not the others? Kelly says you would never know it was a thrift flip. I know. I think it looks so good. I don't want to tell you guys everything about my thrift haul, but I got some really cool glasses that I think would be perfect on here. Okay. This is so much easier with the drill. But sometimes you have to improvise. Okay. I'm gonna wipe this off. Have a little bit of DIY paint on it as well. Oh, you guys, this looks so good. What do you think? I love it. Oh yeah, my hubby borrows all my tools. All right, so if you're just tuning in, we got these two completely done. Yeah, so that is awesome. All right, let's go ahead and finish up the third project. So same thing. I am going to just zap this a little bit. I just want this to be a little bit drier. And then we're going to take the fusion and we're going to paint. Amanda says, I love how that turned out. Yes, I do too. Donna says, gorgeous. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, thanks, Laura. She says she loves how it turned out too. I think it turned out so good. Okay. So I got most of that done. All right. So, all right. With this is a brand new container. I'm going to try to open it with, oh, it worked. Huh. Otherwise, a great tool is your Pampered Chef can opener, or like, what is this called? Like it helps you open jars. It is not a can opener, but it's a jar opener. So it works great for those jars. Oh my gosh, what the? All right. Okay, so cast iron is like a beautiful, almost like a charcoaly gray. And I'm going to use the Stahlmeister brush, which I love too. So these work great with Fusion, and the DIY paintbrushes work great with DIY. So I was so excited because I love Perfectionist when I saw this. So, all right. And what I'm going to do is just start on one side, and I'm just going to work my way over. Or work my way around, I should say. Work my way over. Okay. All right. I always have to concentrate when I'm doing a right on the edge like that. Okay. Perfect. Oh, I like that. I really think it's going to bring out all the dark colors in that bird. Or in the birds, I should say. The other thing too is when I'm using the DIY paint is much more forgiving on their paintbrushes or on the paintbrushes. So even if your DIY paint like hardens, you can the next day go in and rinse it and wash it and do all that stuff. Once this dries, you guys, I was trying everything on one of my brushes. So just so you know. Let's see here. Okay, so I'm going to go back in and I'm going to try to do a perfectly straight line. Okay. It's looking good so far. All right. Oh, I got just a tiny bit right there. It's okay. All right. Looks good. Okay, I'm going to show you then on the top. Oh, so Free Spirit Ass says, IOG coming out with more bird stuff. I honestly don't know. I can't wait to find out. We have not been given any of the details yet. No details at all. But I hope birds. I hope there's like a bunch of stuff that I hope for. They actually, I saw a post a while ago, you guys. They asked for your wish list, like what you would wish for. And there were so many great ideas. So it does dry like a rock. Oh, it does. Yeah, this does dry like a rock, you guys. When they talk about it not coming off, it's not coming off on stuff. Okay. Almost done. And then I can talk. Awesome. Okay. Well, that's looking good. I like it. I'm so glad that I went with this. I really am. Okay. So then the other thing I discovered, like when I was showing you guys that scissors that I painted, well, I started off by painting it coal black. And then from there, that's when we used the crackle. And we all were wondering if we could mix the two. And yes, you can definitely mix the two. You do not need to just use that with milk paint. So that's good to know. All right, well, a little bit more. And I will be able to chat. I always feel like if I talk when I'm doing it, things might go awry. Okay. There. Let's see here. I love the color of the frame. Perfect color. I love the scissors. Only the second time I've ever seen crackle that I really liked. Oh, awesome. Yeah, I think that they turned out so good. Okay. Just going to get the edge here. Okay. There. Ooh, I like it. I like it. So what I will do yet is I will paint the back as well. I am going to just wrap this right now in here to keep it wet for the moment. Hopefully I do not forget about it. Okay, let's see here. Deb says, I have a piece of slate with something decoupaged on it with a top coat of some type. Is there something that I can use to remove everything from it? Maybe try, what I would try to do if it's slate, maybe try like possibly, I don't know what it is, like, but maybe like a razor blade and like a heat gun or something like that. It's amazing what a heat gun will get off, you guys. I had read on the it was like, I think it was posted on the IOD page that if you have something with a transfer on it and it's sealed and it's permanently on, you can still take that heat gun and get it off. So I'm thinking that might be a good possibility. Joyce says, that is great coverage with just one coat. I would have to agree. I was actually contemplating whether or not I needed to do a second coat. So it is so good. It's very much, it just reminds me kind of like the DIY paint, how it's like heavily pigmented. It just reminds me of that too, because it's got really good, pigment in it. Love everything you have done tonight. Thanks, Pamela. I know. Do you put hangers on things like that? Oh, hangers. Typically I do not. Actually, I just saw I missed a spot. We were talking about good coverage, you guys. Typically I don't. Just because you never know what the person wants. I used to be honest, I'll tell you guys, I used to put hangers on all of my signs, and it took so long to get those hangers on. For a while, I was able to get ones with little screws where I could actually drill them in, and then they went away with the screws at both Walmart and at the Menards, and I don't know if I think I checked Hobby Lobby, or not Hobby Lobby, Home Depot too. None of them had the screws. So they had these tiny little nails, and you would have to hold that nail. And I literally almost lost fingers because when I would you'd have to hammer it in. It took the project so much longer. It added so much time that I finally was like, half the people aren't even hanging them. And the ones that did see the hanger, they're like, oh, it's not even the hanger I want. So then I stopped. But I have still a ton here that I have left over, that if I ever need to add a hanger, I will. Free Spirit said, this has been a high-end night. Oh, thank you. Yes, we got a lot done too, you guys. So we finished this, and I cannot wait to show, it's this week that I'll be showing you guys the glasses I got. I'm hoping they go with this. I'm really keeping my fingers crossed, that I think they will look perfect displayed on here in one of my booths. And then I really love this. I think this turned out amazing. I love the bee added on. So always keep in mind, you guys can layer your papers. So just add a little paint behind the next one. Or if it is like a totally clear background, you can just layer it that way too. Let's see here. Anything else? Oh, yes. So I think it was a great night too. So, okay, Wednesday, I'm just going to grab a couple more items and we're going to do kind of like the same thing. I'm just going to keep on pace. I have lots of great stuff. So, one thing I still have 15 minutes. We can probably finish these up. I might just do it. I'm going to lean this here. So I ended up getting these. And then once you know, I'm unloading my truck, you guys, and this one fell out and it broke. So tonight I glued it. And what I'm thinking is I just thought, white. I always like to have pops of white. So I was either thinking white swan, or I'm thinking white swan. Kelly, thanks for letting me join you. I've learned so much tonight. Oh, good. I'm glad that you did. Thanks for joining. But I'm just gonna quick paint this up. I just painted my computer. Oh, Sonnet. Oh, Sonnet. But I love adding like pops of white, and I was going to leave these as is. And then when that happened, I thought, well, I'm going to paint them. So I put them in here. So I will do that. Get the first coat on here at least while I'm chatting with you guys. But yeah, I love these. I thought they were so cool. And I got them for like half price. So they were $8. I ended up getting them for $4. So I thought that was a pretty good deal. When I went to the regular Goodwill. I do have to say I went to one of the Goodwills in our area, and you guys, I don't know who was pricing. Let me tell you, everything was like $2.99. $2.99. I mean, like I'm like, who has been pricing? Like these are like old school prices, $2.99. So I ended up getting a lot of stuff that was $2.99. I thought that was really awesome. And they were just coming off the cart. Or they were on the cart, I should say, and they were just going to be put on the floor. So I got first dibs. One other time that happened to me at the same Goodwill, and I got so much like really cool vintage pottery there. Oh, it was so awesome. Oh, okay, Jackie. Yes. So I don't think I know that. Okay, so go under DIY paint. So if you go to my website, so Jackie wants to know where she can get the DIY or the liquid patina. If you go to my website, which is www.sonnetsgardenblooms.com, and if you click on shop and then click on DIY paint, it will be in alphabetical order. So it'll be under liquid patina. It should be, I think it's under liquid patina. I mean, I don't think I have it as DIY's liquid patina, but yeah, it will be there. All right. Amanda says, my daughter and I are doing a driving thrifting trip next month since our local stores aren't great. Oh, that sounds awesome. I would love to do something like that. I actually wanted to do like where they have all the like it's like miles and miles where they all set up along the road and they have their stuff out. I thought that would be fun. I was trying to talk my mom into doing something like that with me. Okay, so we got one done. I was trying to move it over. Okay, there you go. Now we'll get the next one. Let's see here. I think you missed a spot on the edge. Probably. I'll find it for the second coat. I was just thinking that before you said that I think more people will buy more and their profit will be more since everything is free to them. Oh, yeah. Oh, the 127 yard sale. Is that what I think that is what it is called. I just thought it'd be so fun. I would love to do something like that. Where is that located, the 127 yard sale? I'm trying to remember where. It's definitely not in Wisconsin. So what I think I'm going to do with these is I am going to probably do like some wet distressing. These always go over so good in my booth with like the whites. And I'll probably put some clay pots with some really fun spring florals in them. It'll look so cute. Okay. Let's see. My sister and I are going to do it. Goes from southern Michigan to northern Georgia. Okay. Well, that's awesome. Southern Michigan. Well, I'm kind of close to Michigan. Probably the other, like the Michigan that's not near me, I bet. Or the part of Michigan that's not near me. I think there's like an upper and a lower or something. Yeah, 127 in Michigan, I'm guessing, Kim said. Oh, August 1st through the 4th. Oh, do you think that my husband would be mad if I was gone on his birthday? Oh, I hope not. He can come with, right, guys? He can. That's what we could do for his birthday. He would love it. He would love it if I brought him rummage sailing for 127 miles. Oh my God. Try DIY crystal clear chandelier. Oh yeah. It's on I just would have because my computer's here and my phone is up there. I'd have to look it up on my website, but it's under the DIY paint section. I know that. And I know I did classify it as liquid patina, I'm pretty sure. Oh, look at that. I got the spot there too. Let's see. Oh yeah, Kelly said yes, there's definitely an upper and lower Michigan. Yeah, I knew it was something like that. So I think it still sounds like it would be like a ton of fun. So okay. Coat 1 on, you guys. So this will dry and then I'll do coat 2. So yes, we got a ton done though. So what do you guys think? I think we did a ton, and I am going to grab, like I said, a bunch more items for Wednesday, and then we're going to just keep on rolling and cranking it out. Let's see here. Oh, found it. Good. I'm glad you found it, Jackie. It's 690 miles long. I thought because it was 127, I thought it was 127. Oh, he will be even more excited, you guys. 690 miles long. Okay. Oh gosh, Amanda says, I'm going to gather a posse for this now. I'll join Amanda. That sounds like fun. Tell him you are taking him on a fishing trip. And then go thrifting. Oh my gosh, that'd be funny. The 127 yard sale runs over 600 miles. Okay, so pretty. 2 hours goes by so quickly. Yes, it does. Yeah, we got a lot done today, guys. So thank you so much, though, for joining me. I appreciate it. It was a ton of fun, and we will see you guys on Wednesday. I was just trying to see what else. I'm like, I want to learn more about this 127 rummage sale thing. I'm going to have to, like, after I get off, I'm going to be Googling it, you guys. If you weren't doing this live now, how long would it take you to do these? Just curious because I feel slow at it all. Okay, so normally to Sherry's comment, how long it would take me. So I typically, if I'm doing like projects like this, I will be videotaping them. So it would be very similar to how I did it today. So I would start with my one project and I would showcase, like I would paint the first part of it, put that aside, and then I would then videotape like painting, like the starting of the next one. And I do that with all of them. And then I bring it back. So probably around the same amount of time. I was a little bit speedier because like with the drying, I would never rush it. I would just typically let it dry naturally, but pretty close to that. And then after I get it all the videotaping done, then I go and I put that all into my editing software and then I edit the whole video. So, but it's pretty close. So, but all right. Oh, Amanda's in Lower Michigan between Traverse City and Cadillac. Okay. Oh, Jackie. Thank you. Oh, that's awesome. Well, we will see you guys Wednesday and we'll talk more about that. Oh gosh, Wisconsin think we need a U-Haul. We do need a U-Haul for that. So good. All right, guys. I am going to wash up my brushes and clean this mess up. And this is all done. So I feel very accomplished. But like I said, we'll see you guys on Wednesday and I'll have 3 more fun projects. So I think I have one that we might be working with a little rust. Let's just put it that way. So, all right. Well, have a great night and we'll see you then. My mouse is asleep. My mouse fell asleep. All right.